What's going on, guys? If you guys trade the NASDAQ futures, I'm going to give you the only level each and every single week that you must and need to trade to not only pass more evaluations, but to stay on the right side of the trade, to stop blowing and losing accounts, and to get one step closer to taking these payouts. I just took a payout with Apex yesterday. I posted up on the community tab, $1,500 across 3 accounts. Not bad here, trading 1/2 micros. In this market right now, you are getting 100.5-minute candles. There is no shot in heck that I am going to be trading more than 2 micros. It's impossible. You get into a trade, this thing can quickly whip against you 40, 50, 60, 70 points. Imagine if you're trading one mini contract, you can be down $1,000 before you can even snap your fingers. Okay. Very, very dangerous times right now. There's a lot of traps in the market. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of what seems like traps in the market right now, but they're not really traps. It's just continuation of momentum. But the reason why it feels like a trap is because of the ATR, the average true range. It's inflated. It's over 100 points. There was a point in time today, in today's, was it Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, CPI day. June the 10th, there was a point in time today where ATR on a 5-minute time frame, and I use ATR for using it for stop losses, using it for take profits, using it for momentum, using it for just a gauge and read of the market. There was a point in time today where the ATR was 118 points in one 5-minute candle. What is that telling you? That is telling you that you could potentially be in the right side, on the right side of the trade, and have to endure 50, 60, 70 points of a pullback in a singular candle before it continues to go in your direction. How on earth are you going to trade and manage any type of risk, especially if you're trading a $50,000 prop firm account? You only have $2,500 worth of drawdown. It's not a lot. The way I tell my traders inside of EVX Trade Room how to structure their drawdown is each account gets $250 worth of drawdown. There is no more. If you want to stretch that because maybe your stop loss got overran or there's some slippage, no more than $300. No more than $300, guys, because in that type of situation, you're allowed 9/10 losing days in a row before you lose that account. Most of you guys who lose accounts, most of you guys who are blowing up accounts, lose them in 1 or 2 trades. Think about it. Go back to the last time that you lost an account. Either you lost it in one singular day, just trading like an absolute maniac, revenge trading, flipping sides, reversing the trade, sizing up, or you got into one move, you were sized way too big, you started to watch the trade go against you, the P&L starts getting larger and larger and larger and larger of red to the downside, and all of a sudden, boom, the account's gone. It's like, guys, it should take us a bare minimum of 9 to 10 days on a very, very massive cold streak before we're losing an account. You have to remember, there's always going to be another day, there's always going to be another trade, and you're going to have more opportunities to make that money back. Don't feel that today is the end all be all. Don't feel that this trade is the end all be all. Now, again, what is this level? What is this strategy? What do you need to follow? The EVX weekly mean. Okay, let's just, EVX is my brand, obviously. Let's just take it out. The weekly mean. If you guys do not have the weekly mean on your charts each and every single day, each and every single week, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. Over the weekly mean, we are looking to buy pullbacks. Okay. Below the weekly mean, we are looking to short pops. It is as simple as that. Now, again, does it just mean that you can click sell whenever just because we're below the level? Of course not. You're going to wait for some type of structure, wait for some type of bounce, wait for some type of flag pattern, wait for some type of retest, and then get short. Same thing with the long side. Does it just mean, hey, we're trading over this level, buy long anywhere? No, of course not. Wait for it to break the level, wait for it to pull back, wait for it to consolidate, wait for it to hold, then get long. Wait for a new high to get put in, wait for some type of flag pattern, put your stop loss below previous 5-minute candle or 2-minute candle or 1-minute candle, whatever you're trading, then go long. Okay. Wait for it to break a level, continue to break, pull all the way back, sweep that area, reclaim and go. Break, retest, go. We're looking for those type of moves in and around the weekly mean. Let me show you today's price action. Look at today's price action. The weekly mean is here in yellow. Again, before the question gets commented, how do we get the weekly mean? The weekly mean has to do with using the options market's next week's expected moves. Okay. I'm doing a very simple math equation, doing some very, very simple math that we learn in grade school, and I am getting a weekly mean. I update this for everyone inside the EVX trade room each and every single Friday after the market closes. Once the weekly mean, again, I have to put it out there. So just so people know, well, am I going to be changing this level each and every once this level comes out, it does not move. It's not like a moving average where it's going to go with price. It's not like you have to reset this based on where we closed or where we ended. The weekly mean will stay on your chart all week long. How awesome is that? That you could just look at one simple level and then look for structure, look for scalps above that area long, below that area short. It keeps your mind very, very clear. Let's go in today's price action. Notice how in the pre-market, okay, the lighter shaded gray is pre-market. This black background is the New York Open. Notice how in the pre-market we were trading over the weekly mean. What are we looking for? We're looking to buy pullbacks. Okay. We are looking to buy pullbacks. Off the open, we immediately shot up to the upside. Remember what I said about 2 minutes ago when we're over the weekly mean? We are looking for longs. We're looking for some of those structures to set up patterns so we can get long. Does it mean that you point and shoot and enter long just because we're trading over it? No. But look at what happens. Immediately spike off the open. I wouldn't recommend trading the first 5-minute candle of the day anyways. Immediate spike off the open. Very, very aggressive sell candle. Okay. The range on this candle was 175 points. So not only did we go up 100, 120, 130 points to the upside, but we also closed red. Now we closed underneath the weekly mean. However, I want you to keep something in mind. What were we doing leading into the market open? We were trading over the weekly mean. So this is nothing more than let's get the drawing tool out. Let's get the drawing tool out. This was nothing more than a break and retest. Boom. You get that sweep, you trap those early shorts, and then immediate spike to the upside. What are we looking to do? We are looking to go long. Now, where can you get your entry in at on this particular setup? You can do one of two things. If we already broke the weekly mean, this is a successful break, retest. We already put in a high off the first 5-minute candle. You can get long on the confirmation above that 5-minute ORB. Okay. That's entry number one. What's the second one? You can wait for our momentum moving averages. Again, inside the EVX trade room, we have numerous different indicators to kind of show us where is momentum. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? What level should I be looking for? I have two sets of moving averages, the 5 and the 10, that I use for momentum. We are waiting for price to get above those momentum averages. Hold. Okay, hold. That's a key thing. Doesn't just need a spike above it. It needs to hold. And once we get that close over that 10 SMA, we can get long on the following candle right there. Boom. And if you kind of look at it from getting in above this candle here, which is 10 minutes after the open, 29,026, in the next 5 minutes shoots up to 29,079, and then the wick up to 94, and then the next candle goes all the way to 142. Guys, this is over a 100-point move here in 10 minutes. This is your day. Okay, that is your day. You are done. You can walk away. You can close the laptop. You can close the phone. You can get off the PC. You are done. You catch a 50, 60, 70-point move off the open in the first 15 minutes. Guys, you are done. Look at what happens once we lost the mean. Once we lost the mean to the downside, a complete reversal of the opening move. We lose the weekly mean, close below it, starts to back test, starts to consolidate, starts to back test, not really getting any confirmation of candles confirming the push on the reclaim. So your brain has to automatically go to, if we just lost the weekly mean after giving everything back here, the market is starting to shift. It's starting to become a little bit more weak. So what am I realistically looking for in this particular situation? Well, what I'm looking for in this situation is I ask myself, if we continue to stay trading below the weekly mean and we are not pushing up, meaning see each time that we kind of spike back above the mean, if we are not confirming on another candle a closure over, it's nothing more than a back test. Remember, levels, moving averages, VWAP, these are not concrete brick walls. They're more like rubber bands. They're going to stretch, they're going to bend. They're zones, right? They're more so like a zone. Okay. So we're coming into this zone, it's getting rejected. We're coming into this zone, we're getting rejected. Now, it would be different. It would be a different feeling if we come into this zone, we close above it, it pulls back, and then you get another candle to engulf it and start to close over. Now we can see a little bit of momentum shift. We can see a little bit of momentum change. Also, your momentum moving averages are sloping down. Look at the 5. Look at the 10. These things are crashing to the downside, right? They're crashing to the downside. Why on earth, below the weekly mean, that's the yellow line, why on earth would we try to be going long? We need to stay short, right? So you're looking for those opportunities to get in short and stay short below this weekly mean. And even though this price action's choppy, it's moving down a lot because of the range. So if you kind of look at the weekly mean, 28,828, I mean, just coming even down here is 28,694. Guys, this is over 100 points. From here, getting in anywhere in this zone short, from there to just right here is 100 points. You start getting here, you're 150, 160 points. Oh, big bounce, right? Big bounce. Rejection, right? Nope. Coming right back down. So in a situation like this, an engulfing red candle rejection at the weekly mean, you can put a dead stop loss right here. Any candle that closes over the weekly mean, you get out of the trade and you ride this puppy short. Now, how long you ride it short, again, if you want to, if you're a trader who thinks you're going to catch 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 points, kudos to you. For me, I've tried to do it. It's just, I'm not the best at holding trades. Like, I like seeing P&L and I like locking up P&L. So in this market right now, 30, 40, 50 points are fantastic trades for me right now. Trading 2 micros, right? 2 micros across multiple funded accounts, multiple evaluations running on my personal account even. Um, you catch a 40-point move on 1 micro, it's $80. You catch it on 2 micros, you're looking at 150, 160, $170. That's fantastic if you're doing that across 5 accounts. Okay. So hopefully you guys understand what's going on here. Again, if you guys want access to the weekly mean, join the Discord, guys. All that information is down below. Also, if you guys want a free funded trader blueprint to help you pass more valuations, manage your risk, and get on the right side of the moves, I have it completely free. It's in the Discord. You guys can join down below. I'll see everyone on the next video.